Have you ever wondered why some people seem to thrive in the face of challenges, while others struggle to overcome even the smallest obstacles? What sets them apart? The answer lies in something called the growth mindset. It's the belief that your abilities, intelligence, and potential are not fixed, but can be developed through dedication, effort, and learning from experience. This book is all about helping you cultivate that mindset. In MindPath, Shape Success with a Growth Mindset, we'll explore how adopting a growth mindset can transform not just the way you approach challenges, but the way you view failure, setbacks, and your own capacity to succeed. As you journey through this book, you'll learn how to embrace challenges, turn failures into opportunities, and see growth in every step you take. Get ready to unlock your full potential and step onto a path of endless possibility. Chapter 1: The Power of Yet, Unlocking Your Growth Potential. When you look at someone successful, whether it's a famous entrepreneur, a brilliant artist, or even a close friend who seems to be excelling, do you ever find yourself thinking, I could never do that? What if I told you that your potential isn't as limited as you might think? In fact, the difference between where you are now and where you want to be isn't about having innate talent or luck. It's about adopting one simple yet powerful mindset, the power of yet. The concept of yet is deceptively simple, but it has the ability to change everything. The idea behind yet is that no matter where you are in your journey, the lack of skill or success is temporary. It's not that you can't do something, it's that you haven't done it yet. This small shift in thinking can unlock your growth potential and set you on a path to continuous improvement. When you adopt a growth mindset, the word yet becomes your secret weapon. Instead of thinking, I can't do this, you reframe it to, I can't do this yet. This shift changes how you approach challenges, setbacks, and even your own capabilities. With this perspective, failure is not something to fear or avoid, but something to learn from. It becomes an essential step on the journey to success. To illustrate this concept, let's look at a few examples. Think about a child learning to ride a bike. At first, they might fall over repeatedly, frustrated by their lack of balance. But what if, instead of giving up, they kept telling themselves, I can't ride this bike yet? This shift in perspective would likely keep them motivated to keep trying. Over time, with enough practice, the child eventually masters the skill. What's important to note is that the child didn't just learn how to ride the bike on the first attempt. They learned through persistence, failure, and an unwavering belief that they would eventually succeed. Similarly, consider a well-known figure like Thomas Edison. When asked about his many failed attempts to invent the light bulb, he famously said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Edison understood the power of yet. Each failure brought him one step closer to success. In his mind, success wasn't about avoiding mistakes, it was about using those mistakes as lessons that would eventually lead to the breakthrough he was looking for. His ability to persist and maintain a growth mindset helped him achieve one of the most significant inventions in human history. But what does this mean for you? Well, it means that no matter what you're facing right now, whether it's trying to learn a new skill, improve your health, or tackle a challenging project, you can shift your mindset by embracing the power of yet. The next time you find yourself thinking, I'll never be good at this, remind yourself, I'm not good at this yet. It's important to remember that this shift won't happen overnight. Like any new habit, it requires consistent effort and practice. But by consciously reminding yourself of this simple yet powerful idea, you begin to rewire your brain to see challenges as opportunities for growth, rather than insurmountable obstacles. Let's break it down a bit further. When you face a difficult task, the natural instinct is often to assume that success is only for those who are naturally gifted or born with talent. This type of thinking, often referred to as a fixed mindset, can trap you in a cycle of self-doubt and inaction. However, by embracing a growth mindset and the power of yet, you realize that success is not about innate ability, but about effort, perseverance, and learning from mistakes. Here's a simple way to apply this concept in your life. Think about something that feels particularly challenging for you right now. It could be learning a new language, improving your fitness level, or mastering a professional skill. Now, Instead of saying, "I'm not good at this," tell yourself, "I'm not good at this yet." This small change in language has the potential to shift your attitude toward the challenge. For example, imagine you're trying to improve your public speaking skills. The first time you stand in front of a group, you might feel nervous and stumble over your words. Without the power of yet, you might start to think that you just don't have the ability to speak confidently. But by changing your perspective and telling yourself, "I'm not a confident speaker yet," you open yourself up to the possibility of growth. Each opportunity to practice public speaking becomes a step toward improvement rather than a sign of failure. Another area where the power of yet can make a difference is in the way we approach learning. Many of us fall into the trap of thinking that if we don't immediately understand something, it means we'll never be able to master it. But the truth is, learning is a process, not an instant result. When you adopt the yet mentality, you begin to see that every mistake and every challenge is part of the learning process. You can look at each obstacle as an opportunity to grow and refine your skills. The key takeaway from this chapter is simple. By adding the word yet to your vocabulary, you unlock your potential. No matter where you are in your journey, there is always room to grow. This mindset shift doesn't just change how you see challenges, it changes how you approach life itself. You begin to view obstacles as opportunities to learn and improve, rather than as signs of failure. As you move forward on your journey, remember that growth takes time, and setbacks are not the end. They are simply part of the process. By embracing the power of yet, you will unlock your true potential and move closer to the success you desire. Reflective exercise. Take a moment to think about an area in your life where you feel stuck or discouraged. It could be anything: learning a new skill, overcoming a challenge at work, or even achieving a personal goal. Now, ask yourself, what would change if you simply added the word yet to your mindset? How would it feel to shift your perspective and see this challenge as a temporary hurdle rather than an insurmountable obstacle? Write down your thoughts and make a commitment to start practicing the power of yet today. Chapter 2. Shifting your mindset from fixed to growth. Have you ever caught yourself thinking, "I'm just not good at this," or "I'll never be able to do that"? These thoughts, though natural, can be the very things that hold you back from reaching your full potential. What if you could change that inner dialogue and replace it with something far more empowering? This chapter is all about making that shift from a fixed mindset where you believe your abilities are set in stone to a growth mindset where you see your potential as limitless and always growing. At the core of the growth mindset is the belief that intelligence and talents are not fixed traits. Rather, they are developed through effort, learning, and perseverance. A growth mindset encourages you to view challenges not as roadblocks, but as opportunities to improve and expand your skills. It's the understanding that where you are today is not where you'll be tomorrow, as long as you keep putting in the effort. Let's take a moment to explore the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. A fixed mindset is one where you believe your abilities and intelligence are predetermined. You might think things like, "I'm just not good at math," or "I'll never be a great writer." This kind of thinking often leads to feelings of helplessness or avoidance when faced with difficult situations. If you believe your capabilities are fixed, it's easy to give up or shy away from challenges because you assume that failure means you're just not cut out for it. In contrast, the growth mindset is the belief that your abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. People with a growth mindset see challenges as an opportunity to grow rather than a sign of failure. They understand that effort is the key to mastery and that setbacks are just part of the learning process. Instead of being discouraged by difficulties, they use them as stepping stones, knowing that each experience teaches them something valuable. Let's look at a real-life example. Take the story of Michael Jordan, widely regarded as one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Early in his high school career, Jordan was cut from the varsity basketball team. Many people might have accepted that as a sign they weren't good enough, but instead of giving up, Jordan used that rejection as motivation to work even harder. He practiced relentlessly, improving his skills until he became a standout player. Jordan himself has said, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times, I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." His mindset, one that embraced failure as part of the journey, was a key factor in his extraordinary success. Another example comes from the world of business. Consider the story of Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. Blakely didn't have a background in fashion or business, and she faced countless rejections from potential investors when she was trying to launch her company. Yet she persisted. She believed that failure was not an end point, but a stepping stone to success. Her growth mindset helped her persevere through countless challenges, and today she's a self-made billionaire. The key takeaway here is that people with a growth mindset are not afraid to fail. In fact, they welcome failure as a necessary part of growth. Instead of viewing mistakes as a reflection of their abilities, they see them as opportunities to learn, improve, and get better. A growth mindset fosters resilience, determination, and a passion for continuous improvement. The good news is that you can adopt this mindset too. It's not about being born with the right kind of mentality. It's about making a conscious choice to shift your perspective. When you consciously decide to adopt a growth mindset, you begin to look at challenges differently. Instead of fearing them, you begin to see them as chances to grow stronger, wiser, and more capable. So how can you make this shift in your own life? One of the first steps is to become aware of your current thoughts and beliefs. Do you often tell yourself you're not good enough or that you'll never be able to do something? Those are signs of a fixed mindset. The next step is to challenge those thoughts by replacing them with growth-oriented beliefs. When you think, "I'm just not good at this," reframe it to, "I'm not good at this yet, but with practice and effort, I can improve." Over time, this simple change in language can have a profound impact on your mindset and how you approach challenges. Another way to shift your mindset is by embracing the concept of the power of yet from the previous chapter. Whenever you find yourself doubting your abilities, add the word yet to the end of your thoughts. This small change reinforces the idea that you're on a journey and that growth takes time. To further illustrate this, think about a skill you've always wanted to master but have been hesitant to try. Maybe it's learning a new language, playing a musical instrument, or running a marathon. Have you avoided it because you didn't think you were capable? Now, apply the growth mindset. Instead of thinking, "I'll never be able to do this," try thinking, "I can do this with practice and persistence." This shift in thinking doesn't guarantee immediate success, but it does ensure that you'll keep trying, learning, and improving with every step. Let's end this chapter with a reflective exercise to help you apply the growth mindset in your own life. Take a moment to think about an area in your life where you felt stuck or limited. This could be something related to work, personal growth, or a skill you've wanted to develop. Write down your current thoughts or beliefs about this challenge. Are they limiting you? Are they holding you back from trying? Now, reframe those thoughts with a growth mindset. What could you tell yourself instead? How could you look at this situation as an opportunity to grow rather than a roadblock? By consciously shifting your thinking from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, you are already on your way to unlocking your potential and embracing the limitless opportunities before you. Chapter 3. Embracing challenges as opportunities for growth. Have you ever avoided a challenge because you feared failure? Maybe it was something at work, a personal goal, or a skill you've wanted to learn but didn't think you were ready for. It's natural to feel apprehensive about the unknown, but what if you saw challenges not as threats, but as opportunities? This chapter is all about shifting your perspective on challenges, seeing them as stepping stones toward growth, and using them to build strength and resilience. Challenges are a fundamental part of life. They can come in many forms: difficult tasks at work, personal struggles, or even something as simple as trying a new hobby. In a fixed mindset, challenges can feel like insurmountable obstacles, something to be avoided at all costs. The thought process might go something like this: if I try and fail, it means I'm not good enough, and I don't want to be seen as a failure. However, with a growth mindset, challenges are not to be feared. They are embraced as essential for learning and development. In fact, the more challenges you face and overcome, the more your abilities expand and the more confident you become in your capacity to handle future obstacles. The key here is to reframe how we view challenges. Instead of seeing them as negative, we should understand that growth occurs when we step outside of our comfort zones. It's easy to stay in the realm of what we already know. It feels safe, and we can avoid failure by sticking to what's familiar. But growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens when we stretch ourselves, when we push against the boundaries of what we think we can achieve. That's when we start to tap into our full potential. Consider the example of an athlete training for a race. At first, the challenge of running a marathon seems almost impossible. But through consistent training, pushing through fatigue, and overcoming doubts, the athlete builds both physical and mental endurance. The challenge is hard, yes, but every difficult mile is an opportunity to become stronger, faster, and more resilient. The key difference here is that the athlete doesn't view the challenge as something to avoid. They see it as a necessary part of the process that will eventually lead to success. In the same way, challenges at work or in personal life can feel daunting, but they are often where the most growth occurs. Think about someone who is working to develop leadership skills. Taking on a leadership role for the first time can feel overwhelming. There are tough decisions to make, team dynamics to manage, and pressure to perform. But with the right mindset, these challenges become valuable learning experiences. Each challenge presents an opportunity to refine skills, gain new insights, and build confidence. Over time, this person may look back and realize that the very challenges they once feared are now the foundation of their growth and success. Let's look at a different example. The story of J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series. Before she became a household name, Rowling faced countless challenges. She was rejected by multiple publishers, went through personal struggles, and experienced financial hardship. In fact, she was a single mother living on welfare when she wrote the first Harry Potter book. Many people would have given up in the face of so many setbacks, but Rowling embraced these challenges. Rather than seeing them as signs of failure, she used them as fuel to push forward. Today, her story is a powerful example of how embracing challenges and persevering through adversity can lead to extraordinary success. In contrast, people with a fixed mindset often avoid challenges for fear of failure. They prefer to stick with tasks they know they can do well, avoiding situations where they might struggle. While this may feel comfortable, it can limit growth. Without the willingness to face challenges head-on, it's difficult to improve or expand our abilities. It's like trying to grow a plant in a pot that's too small. It will eventually stop growing because it's not being given the space to thrive. To fully embrace challenges, it's important to shift the way we think about them. Instead of focusing on the potential for failure, focus on the potential for learning. Every challenge, no matter how big or small, is an opportunity to become better, smarter, and stronger. The key is not to avoid the challenge, but to approach it with a mindset that welcomes growth. One practical way to embrace challenges is to start small. If you're someone who tends to shy away from challenges, begin by taking on smaller tasks that push you just outside your comfort zone. Maybe it's volunteering to lead a meeting at work or taking on a new project that you're unsure about. With each challenge you face, you'll gain more confidence in your ability to handle more significant obstacles down the road. Another approach is to break down big challenges into smaller, more manageable steps. Instead of thinking about the challenge as one huge, overwhelming task, break it down into smaller goals. This makes the challenge feel less intimidating and helps you focus on progress rather than perfection. It also gives you a chance to celebrate small victories along the way, which can build momentum and keep you motivated. But most importantly, remember that failure is not the enemy, it's part of the process. Every successful person has failed at some point. The difference is that they didn't let failure define them. They used it as a stepping stone. Embrace the idea that failure is not a reflection of your worth, but an opportunity to learn, adapt, and improve. To help you apply the ideas from this chapter to your own life, consider the following exercise. Think about a current challenge in your life. whether it's related to work, personal growth, or a skill you're trying to develop. Now ask yourself, how can I reframe this challenge as an opportunity for growth? Instead of focusing on the difficulty or fear of failure, try to identify at least one positive thing you can learn from the situation. How might this challenge help you become better, stronger, or more skilled? Write down your thoughts and commit to taking one action that brings you closer to embracing that challenge with a growth mindset. By shifting your perspective on challenges and seeing them as opportunities for growth, you can unlock your full potential and face any obstacle with confidence and resilience. The road to success is not smooth, but every challenge you face along the way brings you one step closer to becoming the best version of yourself. Chapter 4. Turning failures into stepping stones to success. Failure. It's a word that many of us instinctively avoid, a concept that can feel like a roadblock or an endpoint. In a world that often values success above all else, failure is seen as something negative, something to be ashamed of. But what if failure didn't have to mean defeat? What if, instead of something to fear, failure was a necessary part of the journey toward success? In this chapter, we'll explore how to embrace failure as a powerful tool for growth, learning, and ultimately achieving your goals. At the heart of a growth mindset is the understanding that failure is not a reflection of who you are, it's simply part of the process. In fact, failure is an essential building block for success. When you adopt this mindset, you begin to see failure not as something that happens to you, but something that happens for you. It's a way to learn, adapt, and improve. Rather than taking a failure personally, you start to ask, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to do better next time? This shift in perspective is what separates those who stay stuck from those who continue to grow. Consider the example of J.K. Rowling, the famous author of the Harry Potter series. Before her books became a global phenomenon, Rowling faced rejection after rejection. She submitted her manuscript to 12 different publishers, each one turning it down. Imagine how easy it would have been for her to take those rejections as a sign that her writing was not good enough, that her dream of becoming a published author was unrealistic. But instead, Rowling persisted. She saw the rejections not as a reason to quit, but as a step toward the success she eventually achieved. She later said, "It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all." Her story is a testament to the power of resilience and the importance of viewing failure as a lesson, not a setback. Another example can be found in the world of business. Take Steve Jobs, co-founder of Apple. Jobs was famously fired from his own company in 1985. For many, losing their job would be seen as a failure, a devastating blow. But Jobs didn't give up. Instead, he used his newfound freedom to launch Next and acquire Pixar, two ventures that would later play a significant role in his return to Apple. Jobs later reflected on this period of his life, saying, "Getting fired from Apple was the best thing that could have ever happened to me." His failure led him to new experiences, new perspectives, and ultimately a second chance at building the company that would change the world. Both Rowling and Jobs demonstrate that failure is not something to be feared or avoided. Instead, it's something that can propel you forward. The key is not to let failure define you, but to redefine failure as part of the growth process. When you embrace this mindset, failure stops being a roadblock and starts becoming a stepping stone. Each time you fail, you have the opportunity to learn, improve, and come back stronger. This is where the power of resilience comes in. Resilience is the ability to bounce back after setbacks, to keep moving forward even when things don't go as planned. It's about developing the inner strength to face challenges head-on and see them as temporary obstacles, not permanent ones. The most successful people aren't necessarily those who avoid failure, but those who learn how to recover from it and continue moving toward their goals. They don't let a failure define them. They let it refine them. Take a moment to think about your own experiences with failure. How do you typically respond when things don't go as planned? Do you find yourself getting discouraged, or do you view it as an opportunity to learn and grow? It's completely normal to feel disappointed when things don't work out, but the key is to not let that disappointment keep you from trying again. The next time you face a challenge or encounter a setback, remind yourself that failure is just a part of the journey, not the end of it. Now let's take a step further and think about how you can actively turn your failures into opportunities. When you fail, instead of focusing on the negative emotions associated with it, ask yourself these 3 questions. What did I learn from this experience? How can I apply what I've learned to improve next time? What steps can I take today to keep moving forward? By answering these questions, you shift your focus from the disappointment of failure to the valuable lessons it offers. This practice helps you develop resilience and ensures that you continue growing no matter what obstacles you encounter. Remember, success isn't about never failing. It's about learning to rise each time you do. Practical exercise. Think about a recent failure or setback you've experienced. It could be something at work, in a personal relationship, or a goal you've been working toward. Instead of dwelling on the negative aspects, take some time to reflect on the following. What did you learn from this experience that you didn't know before? In what ways did this failure help you grow, even if it didn't feel that way at first? How can you apply these lessons moving forward? Write your answers down and then take a moment to celebrate the growth that has come from this experience. Every failure is an opportunity to learn and improve, and by recognizing this, you can turn each one into a valuable stepping stone toward success. Keep this exercise in mind the next time you face a challenge, and use it to stay focused on the lessons rather than the setbacks. Chapter 5. The Role of Effort, Hard Work as a Path to Mastery. In a world that often celebrates talent and natural ability, it's easy to believe that success comes to those who are born with extraordinary gifts. But what if the real secret to success isn't innate talent at all? What if the key to mastery and achieving your goals lies in one simple yet powerful concept: effort? This chapter is dedicated to understanding the importance of hard work, persistence, and practice on the path to success. By recognizing the immense value of effort, you can unlock your true potential and achieve things you once thought were out of reach. The idea that effort is the key to growth is a cornerstone of the growth mindset. While people with a fixed mindset believe that their abilities are set in stone, those with a growth mindset understand that hard work and dedication are what lead to improvement and success. Effort is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's the driving force that propels you through challenges, setbacks, and obstacles. Effort doesn't guarantee success on its own, but without it, success becomes almost impossible. To better understand the role of effort, let's think about the concept of deliberate practice. Deliberate practice isn't just about putting in time, it's about putting in time with purpose. It's a methodical approach to improving, where you focus on the areas where you need the most growth and work at them consistently. Whether you're learning to play an instrument, mastering a sport, or acquiring a new skill, it's the dedicated practice of the fundamentals that leads to mastery. Consider the story of Olympic swimmer Michael Phelps. Known for winning more Olympic gold medals than any other athlete in history, Phelps wasn't born with the ability to swim that fast. He developed his success through relentless practice and an unwavering commitment to his craft. Phelps trained for hours every day, honing his technique, improving his strength, and pushing through physical and mental barriers. His story illustrates the power of consistent effort and the idea that success isn't about being born with talent, but about working tirelessly toward improvement. Similarly, think of someone learning a new language. At first, it might seem overwhelming. There are so many rules to remember, so many new words to learn, and it can feel like progress is slow. But over time, with daily practice and effort, the learner begins to see results. Their vocabulary grows, their understanding deepens, and they start to feel more confident. The key here is that the learner doesn't give up after the first few setbacks. They keep putting in the effort, even when it feels like progress is minimal. With time and persistence, the language becomes second nature. Effort is not just about working harder, it's about working smarter. The difference lies in the approach. When you embrace the growth mindset, you understand that effort doesn't mean simply working more hours. It means focusing on intentional practice, seeking feedback, and refining your approach. You take time to learn from your mistakes, adjust your strategy, and keep going. It's about learning from the process, not just the outcome. Take the example of a student struggling with math. It's easy for them to think, I'm just not good at math, and give up. But if they adopt the mindset that effort leads to improvement, they'll begin to focus on the areas where they struggle, ask for help when needed, and practice problems consistently. Over time, they'll see progress, and what once seemed difficult will become manageable. Their success will be the result of the hard work they put in, not an innate ability to understand math. Even in the world of business, the concept of effort plays a critical role. Consider someone starting their own company. There will be countless obstacles, financial struggles, competition, mistakes made along the way. But the person who succeeds isn't necessarily the one with the best idea or the most resources. It's the one who consistently puts in the effort, adapts to challenges, and keeps moving forward. They understand that success is a marathon, not a sprint, and that every setback is an opportunity to learn and grow. One of the challenges in today's society is the tendency to compare ourselves to others, especially with the rise of social media. We often see others' successes and assume that they achieved them effortlessly. But the reality is that behind every success story is a long road of hard work, setbacks, and effort. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not just talent, but the willingness to put in the effort over time. When you stop focusing on the end result and start focusing on the process of growth, you will find that your potential is limitless. So, how can you apply this principle of effort in your own life? First, recognize that your potential is not defined by your current abilities. Whether you are working on a personal goal, learning a new skill, or trying to improve your career, the effort you put in will determine your level of success. Start by setting small, achievable goals that require consistent effort. As you begin to see progress, you'll be motivated to keep going. Don't be discouraged by setbacks. Remember that effort is what will get you through them. It's also important to focus on the quality of your effort. Don't just put in time, put in focused, intentional practice. Take time to reflect on what's working and what's not, and adjust your approach accordingly. Seek feedback from others, whether it's from a mentor, colleague, or friend, and use it to improve. The more effort you invest in refining your process, the greater your progress will be. Finally, remember that growth is a journey, not a destination. Your efforts may not always lead to immediate results, and that's okay. The key is to keep moving forward, trusting that your hard work will eventually pay off. Mastery takes time, and every small step you take is building the foundation for future success. Embrace the process, and don't be afraid to put in the effort, knowing that every bit of work brings you closer to your goals. To put this into action, ask yourself, what area of my life or my goals do I need to focus more effort on? How can I be more intentional in my approach to improve? Take a moment to reflect on where you can apply effort more purposefully and make a plan to invest time and energy into that area, one step at a time. By doing so, you'll begin to see just how powerful effort can be in shaping your success. Chapter 6. Cultivating Resilience. Bouncing back stronger. Life is full of ups and downs. There are moments of triumph, but there are also setbacks, failures, and disappointments. What separates those who ultimately succeed from those who give up is resilience, the ability to bounce back from adversity, to keep going even when things get tough. In this chapter, we will explore how resilience plays a crucial role in cultivating a growth mindset and how you can develop your own ability to face challenges with strength and perseverance. Resilience isn't about avoiding difficulty. It's about how you respond when difficulty arises. Everyone faces obstacles in life. No one is immune to failure, disappointment, or hardship. The difference is that resilient individuals don't let setbacks define them. Instead, they use those experiences as fuel to keep moving forward. They understand that resilience is not a trait you are born with, but a skill that can be developed through practice and mindset. One of the key elements of resilience is learning how to view setbacks as opportunities for growth. When things don't go as planned, it's easy to feel discouraged. It's easy to think, maybe I'm just not cut out for this, or perhaps this wasn't meant to be. But resilient individuals know that every setback is a chance to learn and improve. They understand that failure is not a reflection of their worth or abilities, but a natural part of the journey toward success. A great example of resilience in action is the story of Oprah Winfrey. Early in her career, Winfrey faced a number of setbacks. She was fired from her first television job as an anchor, with her boss telling her she was unfit for TV. This could have been a devastating blow to her confidence, but Winfrey didn't let it derail her dreams. Instead of giving up, she used that failure as motivation to find a better path. She went on to create The Oprah Winfrey Show, which became one of the most successful talk shows in television history. Winfrey's ability to rise above early failures and continue moving forward is a testament to her resilience and her growth mindset. Another example of resilience can be seen in the world of sports, where athletes face numerous setbacks, from injuries to losses. One inspiring story is that of tennis champion Serena Williams. Throughout her career, Williams has faced significant challenges, including injuries and intense pressure to perform at the highest level. However, what sets her apart is her ability to bounce back stronger every time. She has overcome major setbacks to win multiple Grand Slam titles, and each time she comes back from a loss, she is more determined than ever. Her resilience in the face of adversity shows how the ability to persevere and learn from challenges can lead to even greater success. Building resilience doesn't mean simply pushing through pain or hardship without acknowledging it. It's about learning how to face adversity with a positive mindset, understanding that setbacks are part of the process, and cultivating the strength to continue. Resilient people often use techniques like mindfulness, reframing negative thoughts, and focusing on their long-term goals to help them move through difficult times. They know that setbacks don't define them. They are just part of the story. One of the ways you can start building resilience is by practicing self-compassion. When you encounter a failure or setback, it's easy to be hard on yourself, to get caught in a cycle of self-criticism and doubt. But resilience begins with treating yourself with kindness in the face of adversity. Instead of saying, "I can't believe I failed," or "I'm not good enough," try to reframe those thoughts. Tell yourself, "This didn't go as planned, but I can learn from it and try again." By being gentle with yourself and giving yourself permission to fail, you'll build the emotional strength needed to persevere. Another important aspect of resilience is having a strong support system. Surrounding yourself with people who encourage you and believe in your ability to succeed can make all the difference when times get tough. Whether it's a mentor, a friend, or a community, having a support system that helps you stay positive and motivated during difficult times is crucial to bouncing back after setbacks. Building resilience is also about staying focused on your goals. It's easy to get discouraged when you face challenges that seem insurmountable. But remembering why you started in the first place can help you stay committed to your journey. When you have a clear sense of purpose, it becomes easier to push through obstacles and keep moving forward. To put this into practice, let's do an exercise. Think of a recent setback you've experienced, a situation where things didn't go the way you hoped. It could be something big or small, but something that challenged you. Reflect on how you responded to that setback. Did you let it stop you? Or did you find a way to move forward? Now ask yourself these questions. What did you learn from the situation? How can you apply that lesson moving forward? What steps can you take to bounce back stronger? Remember, resilience isn't about never failing, it's about how you respond to failure. Each setback is an opportunity to build strength, develop your skills, and grow as a person. Think about it. What could you achieve if you embraced resilience? If you saw every challenge as an opportunity to learn and grow? The truth is, no matter where you start or what obstacles you face, resilience is the key to continuing forward. Each time you rise from a setback, you are building the mental and emotional muscles necessary for greater success. Resilience doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, patience, and practice. But by committing to a growth mindset and choosing to bounce back stronger every time life knocks you down, you'll develop a resilience that not only helps you achieve your goals, but shapes you into a person who can face any challenge with confidence and strength. Chapter 7. Harnessing the Power of Positive Self-Talk. We all have an inner voice. It's the voice that talks to us when we face challenges, when we set goals, or even when we make mistakes. This voice can either be a source of encouragement or a source of self-doubt, and the way we use that voice can have a profound impact on our mindset and our ability to grow. In this chapter, we'll explore the power of positive self-talk, how it can shape your reality, and how to use it as a tool for developing a growth mindset. Self-talk is the constant stream of thoughts and internal dialogue we have throughout the day. It's the voice that tells us things like, "I can do this," or "I'm not good enough." These thoughts shape our beliefs about ourselves and influence how we approach challenges. Positive self-talk is the practice of consciously using affirming and encouraging language to support our efforts and reframe negative or limiting beliefs. It's the idea that the way we talk to ourselves matters, because our thoughts influence our actions, and our actions shape our outcomes. One of the key aspects of positive self-talk is its ability to boost our self-esteem and increase our motivation. When we speak to ourselves with kindness and encouragement, we are more likely to take action, persist in the face of setbacks, and believe in our ability to succeed. On the other hand, negative self-talk, where we criticize ourselves or doubt our abilities, can create a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you constantly tell yourself, "I'll never be able to do this," then you're less likely to try in the first place, or you'll give up before giving your best effort. Consider the example of a student preparing for an important exam. A student with positive self-talk might think, "I've studied hard for this. I know I can handle this challenge. I might not get everything perfect, but I'm doing my best." This mindset helps the student stay calm and focused, knowing that they have the skills to succeed. On the other hand, a student who engages in negative self-talk might think, "I'm going to fail this. I'm not smart enough. Why do I even bother?" This kind of thinking can lead to anxiety, self-doubt, and even procrastination, making it harder to perform at their best. An inspiring example of the power of positive self-talk comes from the world of sports, where athletes often face intense pressure and self-doubt. Take tennis star Novak Djokovic, for instance. Djokovic has been open about how important mental resilience is to his success. During his matches, he often uses positive affirmations to keep himself focused and confident, even when things are not going his way. He has said, "I believe in myself. I know I can turn this around." These affirmations are not just empty words. They are a mental strategy that helps him stay calm, clear-headed, and motivated to push through difficult moments. Djokovic's story illustrates how positive self-talk can be a powerful tool for maintaining focus and overcoming adversity. Positive self-talk can also play a crucial role in everyday situations, not just in high-pressure environments. Take someone learning a new skill, for example. Whether it's picking up a new hobby, mastering a new technology, or learning a new language, there will always be moments of frustration and self-doubt. It's easy to think, "I'll never get the hang of this," or "I'm just not talented enough." However, if you shift your self-talk to something like, "I'm learning step by step, and every mistake is a chance to improve," you'll likely stay more motivated, patient, and open to learning. Positive self-talk helps create a mindset where growth is possible, and setbacks are simply part of the learning process. So how can you begin to harness the power of positive self-talk in your own life? The first step is to become aware of your thoughts. Pay attention to the messages you're telling yourself throughout the day. Are they encouraging or discouraging? Are they supportive or critical? Once you become aware of your inner dialogue, you can start to challenge the negative thoughts and replace them with more constructive ones. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, "I'm terrible at this," try replacing it with, "I'm still learning, and I will get better with practice." The more you practice positive self-talk, the more natural it will become and the more impact it will have on your mindset. Another important technique is to use affirmations, short, positive statements that reinforce your abilities and growth potential. Repeating affirmations like, "I am capable of learning new things," or "time. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow," can help shift your mindset in a positive direction. You can say them aloud, write them down, or simply reflect on them in your mind. The key is to make them personal, meaningful, and aligned with your goals. Positive self-talk also involves being compassionate with yourself when things don't go as planned. It's important to remember that setbacks are a normal part of life, and they don't define your worth. Instead of being hard on yourself when you make a mistake, try saying, "It's okay. I'll learn from this and do better next time." This mindset helps you stay resilient and continue moving forward, no matter what challenges come your way. As you begin to practice positive self-talk, you'll start to notice a shift in your confidence, motivation, and ability to handle obstacles. Instead of seeing challenges as threats, you'll view them as opportunities to grow and improve. Your internal dialogue will become a source of strength, and you'll feel more empowered to take on new challenges and pursue your goals with determination. Now, I'd like you to reflect on your own self-talk. The next time you face a challenge or encounter a difficult situation, pay close attention to the messages you tell yourself. Are they supportive and encouraging, or are they filled with doubt and negativity? Write down a few examples of your thoughts, and then practice reframing them into positive, growth-oriented affirmations. For instance, if you catch yourself thinking, "I can't do this," try changing it to, "I am capable of learning and growing through this experience." Remember, the more you practice positive self-talk, the more it will shape your mindset and lead you to greater success. By becoming more aware of your inner dialogue and shifting your thoughts toward positivity, you can harness the power of self-talk to support your growth journey. It's a simple but powerful tool that can help you stay motivated, resilient, and confident as you continue to pursue your goals. With consistent practice, positive self-talk can become a natural part of your mindset, propelling you toward success and helping you embrace every challenge as an opportunity for growth. Chapter 8. Building a supportive environment for growth. Imagine trying to build a house on a shaky foundation. No matter how much effort you put into constructing the walls, the roof, or the interior, the house will never be stable if its base is weak. Similarly, when you're working to develop a growth mindset and achieve your goals, the environment around you plays a crucial role in shaping your success. The people you surround yourself with, the spaces you work in, and even the resources you have access to can either support or hinder your growth. In this chapter, we will explore how to build a supportive environment that nurtures your development, encourages you to stay motivated, and helps you achieve your full potential. A supportive environment is one that actively contributes to your personal and professional growth. It includes the people who uplift you, the spaces where you work, and the tools that help you succeed. Having the right environment is crucial because it influences how we think, feel, and act. When we are surrounded by positivity, encouragement, and resources, we are more likely to take risks, try new things, and continue growing. But when we're in an environment that's negative, stagnant, or unsupportive, it can be much harder to stay motivated and focused on our goals. One of the most important aspects of a supportive environment is the people you choose to surround yourself with. If you want to develop a growth mindset, it's essential to be around others who encourage learning, resilience, and effort. Negative people, or those who discourage growth, can create a toxic environment that undermines your progress. The right support system, whether it's friends, family, mentors, or colleagues, provides a sense of belonging and reassurance. These people help you stay motivated, hold you accountable, and offer guidance when needed. Consider the example of a writer trying to finish their first novel. If the writer surrounds themselves with people who are unsupportive, those who say things like, "It's too hard, you'll never make it. Writing a book is impossible," it's easy for doubt to creep in, and the writer may start to question their abilities. On the other hand, if they surround themselves with other writers, supportive friends, and mentors who encourage their progress and celebrate small victories, the writer is more likely to stay motivated and push through difficult moments. A positive and supportive environment allows the writer to stay focused on their goal, knowing they are not alone in the journey. Another example can be found in the world of athletes. Professional athletes often have a strong team around them, not just coaches and trainers, but also teammates, family, and even psychologists who help them maintain a strong mental game. Take basketball player Kobe Bryant, for example. Bryant was known for his relentless work ethic and drive for excellence, but he didn't do it alone. He surrounded himself with people who pushed him to be better, who supported him through his struggles, and who shared in his victories. Bryant also created a personal environment that fostered his growth. He spent countless hours on the court practicing, watching footage of his games, and seeking advice from others in the sport. His environment was designed to fuel his continuous improvement. In addition to the people around you, your physical environment also plays a critical role in supporting your growth mindset. The spaces where you work, study, or create can either inspire or distract you. A cluttered, chaotic environment can make it harder to focus, while a clean, organized, and intentional space can help you stay focused and productive. When setting up your workspace or home environment, consider how it makes you feel. Does it inspire creativity? Does it help you concentrate? Or does it add to your stress? You can optimize your environment by creating spaces that encourage the mindset you wish to cultivate. For instance, if you're working on a creative project, a dedicated space with minimal distractions can help you stay focused and motivated. Many successful people have designed their workspaces intentionally to inspire them and keep them on track. Steve Jobs, for example, was known for creating spaces that fostered innovation and collaboration. The design of the Apple offices was meant to encourage spontaneous conversations and creative breakthroughs. By paying attention to the environment in which you work, you can help to maintain the clarity and focus needed to grow and succeed. Furthermore, the tools and resources you have access to also influence your ability to grow. This doesn't mean you need to have every gadget or the latest technology to succeed, but having the right tools at your disposal can make a significant difference. Whether it's a notebook to jot down your thoughts, a software program to help organize your tasks, or a library of books that inspire you, these resources can support your growth and keep you on track. Sometimes, just knowing that you have what you need to succeed can boost your confidence and motivation. Take the example of an entrepreneur launching a business. Having access to the right tools, whether it's accounting software, a reliable website platform, or even the advice of a mentor, can make the process of starting a business much smoother. When an entrepreneur has the resources they need, they are better equipped to handle challenges and find solutions more quickly. By contrast, lack of resources or being in a stagnant environment can create frustration and hinder progress. Creating a supportive environment also involves removing distractions and negative influences that can hinder your growth. This could mean distancing yourself from toxic relationships, eliminating negative self-talk, or cutting out distractions like excessive social media. By setting boundaries around what you allow into your life, you create space for positivity and progress. When you limit the things that hold you back, you create more room for the things that will help you move forward. A simple but powerful exercise to reflect on the support structures in your life is to ask yourself, who are the people, places, and resources that support my growth, and who or what holds me back? Take a few minutes to write down the names of people who encourage and inspire you. Then write down the environments that help you thrive, whether it's a quiet space to work or a group of friends who motivate you to keep going. Finally, reflect on any distractions or negative influences that might be draining your energy or holding you back. What steps can you take to create a more supportive environment? By consciously designing the environments around you, both physical and social, you set yourself up for success. When you are surrounded by the right people in the right spaces with the right resources, your growth becomes not only possible, but inevitable. Building a supportive environment for growth is not just about what's outside of you, though. It's also about the attitude you cultivate within. When you actively seek to create an environment that nurtures your growth mindset, you are taking a huge step toward unlocking your fullest potential. Reflecting on these aspects of your environment can help you make changes that will empower you to achieve your goals and grow beyond your current limitations. Chapter 9: Overcoming Self-Doubt, Reclaiming Your Confidence. Have you ever found yourself doubting your abilities right before taking on a new challenge? Maybe you hesitated before speaking in a meeting, felt insecure about your skills before a big presentation, or worried about not being good enough for a goal you set. Self-doubt is a natural part of the human experience, but it can also be one of the greatest obstacles to personal growth. In this chapter, we will explore how to recognize self-doubt, how it holds us back, and most importantly, how to overcome it. Reclaiming your confidence is not only possible, but essential for cultivating a growth mindset and achieving your goals. Self-doubt is the feeling that we are not capable, skilled, or worthy of success. It's that inner voice that says, "I can't do this," or "I'm not good enough." While everyone experiences self-doubt from time to time, it becomes a problem when it starts to control your actions and decisions. It can prevent you from trying new things, taking risks, or even pursuing your passions. Self-doubt keeps you in your comfort zone, where it feels safe, but where growth is limited. The problem with self-doubt is that it's based on perceptions, often distorted ones, that have no basis in reality. It's fueled by fear of failure and rejection, and it can be paralyzing if you let it. One of the key things to understand about self-doubt is that it's not an indication of your true abilities. It's simply a barrier in your mind, often created by negative past experiences or the fear of what might go wrong. But what if you could reframe self-doubt and use it as an opportunity to grow stronger? What if you could train yourself to push through it step by step and prove to yourself that you are capable of much more than you think? Consider the example of Thomas Edison, the inventor best known for developing the electric light bulb. Edison is said to have faced countless failures in his attempts to perfect the light bulb. In fact, he encountered thousands of unsuccessful attempts before achieving success. But instead of giving in to self-doubt, Edison reframed his failures. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison didn't let the fear of failure stop him. He recognized that each failure was just one step closer to the eventual success. His ability to push past self-doubt and continue experimenting led to one of the most significant inventions in history. Another inspiring example comes from the world of sports. Serena Williams, one of the greatest tennis players of all time, has spoken openly about the self-doubt she's experienced throughout her career. Despite her immense success, she has struggled with moments of insecurity, especially during major tournaments. After one such moment of self-doubt at the 2018 US Open, where she was publicly criticized, she used her feelings of vulnerability as fuel to continue working hard and pushing herself to new heights. Williams said, "I don't believe in winning all the time. I believe in staying humble, and I believe in learning from my losses." Her ability to overcome self-doubt and remain focused on her goals has been a key part of her continued success. The common thread between these examples is that both Edison and Williams were able to acknowledge their self-doubt but didn't allow it to hold them back. Instead, they recognized that doubts are a natural part of the process and used them as motivation to push forward, adapt, and ultimately succeed. Overcoming self-doubt starts with changing the way you view it. Instead of seeing doubt as a sign of weakness, try to see it as a signal that you are stretching beyond your comfort zone. Self-doubt often arises when we are doing something new or challenging. It's the mind's way of alerting us to potential risks, but it doesn't have to stop us from moving forward. The more you push through your doubts, the less power they have over you. One powerful way to overcome self-doubt is through positive affirmations and self-reflection. When you notice doubt creeping in, pause and remind yourself of your strengths, your achievements, and the reasons why you are capable of handling the challenge ahead. Reflect on past moments when you succeeded, despite feeling uncertain at first. This act of focusing on past wins helps reframe your current doubts in a more positive light. When you intentionally recognize your value and remind yourself of your past successes, you begin to build a stronger foundation of confidence. Another technique is to take small steps toward your goal. If a particular task feels overwhelming, break it down into smaller, manageable parts. Each small success you achieve will build momentum and reduce feelings of doubt. This process helps you prove to yourself, step by step, that you are capable of achieving what you set out to do. Taking action, even when you feel uncertain, is one of the most effective ways to diminish self-doubt. Here's an exercise to help you overcome self-doubt. Identify the doubt. Start by writing down the specific doubt you are experiencing. What is the thought that's holding you back? For example, I'm not experienced enough to lead this project, or I'll never be able to finish this task on time. Challenge the doubt. Examine the doubt. Ask yourself, is this belief based on fact or fear? Are there examples from your past that show you've succeeded in similar situations? Write down evidence that contradicts your doubt. Reframe the thought. Replace the negative thought with a more empowering belief. For example, I am learning and improving every day, and I have the skills to succeed, or I've completed challenging projects before, and I can break this one down into manageable steps. Take action. Commit to taking one small action toward your goal, even if it's just a baby step. The key is to build momentum and prove to yourself that you can handle the challenge. Self-doubt will always be a part of the journey, but it doesn't have to control you. By recognizing it, challenging it, and taking action, you can reclaim your confidence and continue to grow. When you push through self-doubt, you not only accomplish your goals, but you also develop a stronger belief in your ability to succeed, no matter what challenges come your way. Reflect on the following question. What is one area of your life where you are currently experiencing self-doubt? How can you reframe this doubt and take a small action to move forward? By answering this question and taking action, you begin to strengthen your mindset and prepare yourself for even bigger challenges ahead. Chapter 10. Staying committed. The power of consistency in achieving your goals. At the beginning of a new journey, it's easy to feel excited and motivated. You set big goals and everything seems possible. But as time passes, the initial enthusiasm can start to fade. The challenges become harder, the progress seems slower, and the temptation to give up can creep in. This is when commitment becomes crucial. In this final chapter, we will explore the power of consistency and how staying committed, even when the going gets tough, is the key to turning your growth mindset into lasting success. Consistency is often the difference between those who achieve their goals and those who don't. It's easy to start strong, but it's the ability to keep going day after day that leads to real progress. It's about taking small, deliberate actions each day, even when you don't see immediate results. The power of consistency lies in its ability to compound over time. The more consistent you are, the more you build momentum and the closer you get to your desired outcome. One of the most common obstacles to consistency is impatience. We live in a world that rewards instant results, but true success doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, effort, and a commitment to showing up day after day, no matter how big or small the task. Whether you're working on a personal goal, a professional project, or developing a new skill, the path to success is often a marathon, not a sprint, and it's consistency, not intensity, that will help you cross the finish line. A great example of the power of consistency can be found in the life of best-selling author Stephen King. Early in his career, King faced countless rejections, and there were many times when he thought about giving up. But he didn't. Instead, he committed to writing every single day, no matter what. In fact, King's daily writing goal was 2,000 words. He didn't wait for inspiration to strike. He made writing a habit. Over time, this commitment to consistency paid off. Today, King is one of the most successful and prolific writers in the world. His success is a direct result of his dedication to showing up day after day and doing the work, even when it wasn't easy. Another example comes from the world of fitness. Let's say you want to get in better shape. In the beginning, you might feel highly motivated to go to the gym every day. But after a few weeks, it becomes harder to stay committed. Your muscles ache, you're tired, and the results aren't as fast as you'd hoped. But if you push through and stay consistent, working out 3 times a week, sticking to a healthy diet, you'll begin to see the results over time. The key isn't doing everything perfectly or expecting instant transformation. It's about showing up, doing the work, and trusting that your consistent effort will lead to improvement. Consistency is also key in developing a growth mindset itself. Every day you have the opportunity to reinforce the belief that you can grow, learn, and improve. It's easy to slip into a fixed mindset when things get difficult. But if you stay committed to challenging yourself and learning from your experiences, you continue to build the foundation for personal growth. Small, consistent actions, whether it's reading, practicing a new skill, or reflecting on your mindset, will slowly but surely shift your way of thinking and bring you closer to your goals. The challenge is that consistency doesn't always feel exciting. It's not always accompanied by the sense of achievement or instant gratification that we crave. But real growth and success are often found in the quiet moments of perseverance, in the work you do when no one is watching. These small, consistent actions, sometimes invisible to others, are what add up to significant progress in the long term. They may not feel like much in the moment, but when you look back, you'll see how far you've come. To make consistency work for you, it's important to create habits and systems that support your goals. For instance, if you want to improve your writing, commit to writing for just 15 minutes every day. The key is to make it non-negotiable. Over time, you'll find that this small, daily commitment becomes a part of your routine, and the results will start to show. Similarly, if you want to get better at a new language, set aside 20 minutes each day to practice. Consistent practice, even if it's small, will build up to significant improvement. Consistency is also about managing setbacks. It's natural to encounter obstacles along the way, and there will be days when you miss the mark or feel discouraged. But the key is not to quit. Resilience, as we've discussed in previous chapters, is what allows you to bounce back. If you miss a day of practice, don't use it as an excuse to abandon your goal. Acknowledge the setback, learn from it, and then return to your commitment the next day. It's the ability to get back on track that makes consistency such a powerful tool. As you continue to apply the principles of the growth mindset in your own life, it's important to remember that consistency is not about perfection. It's about progress. Every small action, every step forward, brings you closer to where you want to be. It's not about doing everything right. It's about showing up, doing the work, and trusting in the process. Reflect on your own goals. What is one area in your life where you could be more consistent? Maybe it's in developing a new skill, building better habits, or staying focused on a long-term goal. What small, consistent actions can you take every day to move closer to that goal? How can you create systems that support consistency, even when motivation wanes? Consistency isn't about doing it all at once or expecting instant results. It's about committing to the journey, staying focused on your vision, and trusting that with each small, consistent action, you are building the life you desire. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. So as you move forward in your growth journey, remember this. The key to achieving your goals is not in grand gestures or overnight success. It's in the small, consistent actions that compound over time. Stay committed, keep going, and trust that your efforts will pay off. The growth mindset you've been cultivating will carry you through, and the results will be worth it. Conclusion. Thank you for taking the time to explore this journey toward developing a growth mindset. In this book, we've covered essential concepts that will help you shape a mindset that embraces challenges, fosters resilience, and ultimately leads to success. From understanding the power of effort to overcoming self-doubt, and from cultivating a supportive environment to staying committed, each chapter has been designed to guide you step by step on your path to personal growth. Remember, developing a growth mindset is not an overnight transformation, but a continuous journey. The key is consistency, resilience, and the belief that with effort, learning, and reflection, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. I hope you found value in these lessons and that they inspire you to take actionable steps toward your goals. If you enjoyed this book, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel to stay updated with more content that supports your growth and success.